Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a massive semi-annual sale candle haul. So, I went to White Barn yesterday, 3 different stores, and I did 4 different transactions. So, here's my receipts here. I only spent a little bit over $100. I had a few exchanges though, so that kind of cut off on the price for what I got. But I have 14 candles with me, 10 fine fragrance mists, and 1 little home decor item. So this is going to be a super long video, so if you're down to watch, grab you a snack, whatever you need, and let's go ahead and get right into the video. So first off, I had some exchanges, only 2 candles I brought back, so let's go over what I got for those first. Obviously it went for the 50% off candles since those are the best to exchange for, obviously. So, these are pretty new, and the first one is called Banana Split Milkshake. I'm sure you all have heard about these. They've been super popular. Like, came out a little bit before the semi-annual sale started, so Banana Split Milkshake right there. Here are the notes on this one. They are sweet banana, chocolate sauce, and cherry on top. So, upon first sniff, what comes to mind is that pumpkin banana muffin thing from 2016. I'm pretty sure, was it a White Barn exclusive? Can't really remember. But, yeah, pumpkin banana muffin. It was that, like, banana, like, bakery scent, kind of, almost had a little bit of, like, a baked-in, like, cinnamon kind of dessert, but not a ton. You really get that banana in here. So, that's what comes to mind first. It's almost like that you take that, it's just like a banana-vanilla combination, I feel like. So, chocolate and cherry, I really don't get a ton of. I would say definitely not cherry, honestly. I feel like that's just kind of like a fluff note. But you do almost get like a vanilla kind of ice creamy. I'm sure that's just marketing messing with me, but you know, it gives that vanilla creaminess. And chocolate sauce, maybe just a tiny bit of that, like almost like mocha kind of, the more light-hearted chocolate rather than like the in-your-face chocolate, kind of like from hot cocoa and cream. So that's what I get from Banana Split Milkshake. Really good scent right here. I'm surprised we haven't had more banana scents in the past. Oh, and another thing this really reminds me of is Coconut Colada, if you all remember that one. It was kind of like a banana coconut kind of beachy scent, so pretty similar to that. So that was Banana Split Milkshake. And also from that same collection, I have Summertime Soda Pop. Right here, in this really nice, like, neon, like, orangish kind of red right there. And I forgot to show you the lids on this collection. They are reused from last summer. This one's kind of dirty. But there's the lid. It's that, like, wavy pattern right there. So, Summertime Soda Pop, here are the notes on that one. They are crisp lime, zesty lemon, and a splash of soda. So, not gonna lie, you guys, when I first smelled this candle, my nose, like, wrinkled. You know what I mean? Like, it's that, like, the lemon in here is just so strong that it will literally, like, sting your nose off. So, a lot of people have referenced that this smells like lemon cleaner, kind of like that kind of scent, you know, just like in-your-face lemon. And honestly, I have to agree. You definitely get that lemon. I mean, it's like the most prominent note, and there's just hardly any like sweetness to it, if that makes sense. Like, it's very much so a straight up, like, from the wild. Sorry, I'm trying to get my feet sorted out down here. Very much that just like straight up, like if you stuck your nose into a lemon, this is what it smells like. And alongside that, you do get almost like a drink, like, I know this is weird, but it almost comes off kind of like alcoholic, you know, where it's just that really, like, carbonated, like, punch you in the face kind of effect. But, yeah. So think of this one kind of like a lemon lime soda. It's like Sprite, but, like, amped up a million times, because Sprite's kind of, like, sweet and calm, but this is zesty and in your face. So that was Summertime Soda Pop. So the next candle that I picked up was also 50% off, and that is Autumn. This packaging is from 2017, so just last fall. Kind of had that pretty picture there and a little bit of a description and this basket weave style lid. So I picked this one up because I just kind of regretted not getting like some of the returning classics that we get every year at Bath & Body Works last fall, so had another chance to get it here, even though it was only 50% off, so it was kind of expensive. But anyway, here are the notes on this one. They read bright red, gala apple, gala, not too sure. Juicy fig, eucalyptus leaf, and fir balsam. So, autumn is literally one of the best fall candles. Like, you know, it's one that you really don't have to worry about coming back because it is always there, basically. And it's just so good. Like, it really, with the, you know, you get the apple, you get the little bit of a tiny hint of a minty, like, eucalyptus herbal kind of blend going on. And then the fir balsam, almost like a Christmas tree note comes through, which sounds weird for fall, but it totally works fine. So, it just really comes off kind of like a woodsy scent with apple added in. So, I feel like it just captures. Literally, what is my life? Captures the freshness of fall. Like, almost like, it's kind of like the scent of like a fall, like, breeze. If that makes sense. So, that was autumn. A little bit of a desperate purchase at this only 50% off price point, but sister just had to get her autumn on. So, there was that one right there. Then we start getting into the 75% off candles, which is super exciting. Literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 75% off candles. Wow. Okay. The first ones that I grabbed were in the ribbed jar, like, collection. Well, they're different collections, but they both have ribbed jars. So, I put lids on these, but here is what the scents are. I got Fresh Balsam. Here, this one is from 2015, actually. So, you have the rib jar. Bath & Body Works hasn't made very many of these rib jars in a long time. So, right there. Fresh Balsam is just so basic, but oh my god, the jar is so pretty. Just had to have it, guys. So, here is the description on this one, actually, because it's from 2015. This is when we had the longer description rather than the notes. So, it says, breathe in the invigorating fragrance of snow-dusted balsam, fir trees, and eucalyptus leaves. So, I gave this one a little Christmas tree lid that I had in, like, back stock. Kind of goes in the same direction as the autumn candle that I just showed you, right there. You know, you get the herbal kind of, like, tree scent. It's that very, like, outdoorsy pine scent that you can kind of, just smells like a Christmas tree. Like, I know mostly everyone has smelled it before. Not this scent, but just like a Christmas tree in general. So you get that, and there's almost like a really, like, earthy, kind of like a sweetness from the sap, but that gets really sharply cut with the, you know, the eucalyptus kind of notes in there. So, really nice scent here. People rag on Fresh Balsam, but, I mean, honestly, to the price that this came out to, what was it? $5.37? No, that's wrong. Sorry, I, like, have all my receipts here, and I'm trying to, like, sort through them. I can't even find it. Oh, $4.24. Wow. Such a good deal on these. So, that's why I snatched it. Just, I love the jar and the dust cover design. So, and we haven't really got many rib jar candles this year, if you haven't noticed. So, I think the last time we really saw rib jars was, like, how long ago was it? Like, last summer. So, grab that Fresh Balsam right there. And in that same vein, guys, you all are going to kill me. I'm being so basic, but I got a mahogany teakwood, actually. So, there's what the dust cover looks like, and it's a really nice, like, light brown, kind of beige jar right there. So, here are the notes for the ever so basic mahogany teakwood. Believe it or not, I did not have one of these before this, so I just really wasn't super into paying, like, $12 or $10 for it, so, but I was down to get it for around $4. So, mahogany teakwood notes say rich mahogany, black teakwood, dark oak, and frosted lavender. This is that very quintessential young, like, teen boy scent, you know, like the, almost like the borderline cheap, like, Axe kind of like cologne, but I think it's an exact dupe for the Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce fragrance. If you happen to like that fragrance, I know not a lot of manly men are watching my channel, but that is what mahogany teakwood smells like, you know. there's a lot of citrus in there. Rather than being like the herbal, woodsy direction, this is kind of like the citrusy, like, fresh cologne. So there's mahogany teak wood. Don't even need a super elaborate description for that because I feel like that's one scent that you just know what it smells like if you shop at Bath & Body Works. So the next candle that I got for 75% off is Salted Vanilla. This is a collection that came out for the last semi-annual sale, you know, December of 2017 there. Had that hammered lid, there's beach sage and mint and stuff in this collection. It went 75% off, which was super surprising and awesome for me because I remember, like, last Christmas I always had this in and out of my bag, and I was like, oh, do I need it, do I not? But I finally got a chance to get it, so this is a very unique scent. Here are the notes, if you... the reason I show the bottom of the candle is I feel like some people, they wonder about your batch codes and stuff like that, so I always focus in on the bottom of the candle. Anyway, here are the notes. They are white sea salt, Madagascar vanilla, and white capped waves. Now, this is a very unique scent combination. Like I mentioned, you know, even just hearing the name, you're like, salted vanilla? What? Like, that doesn't sound appealing on cold. Or, on cold. Just doesn't sound appealing just reading the name. But actually, it works really well. This is a pretty simple scent if you know your history of candles. So, if you remember, there's a candle in spring 2016 called Capri. It was in that Destinations collection. It was called Capri Fresh Water and Sea Salt. If you remember that one, it is a combination of that with just a generic vanilla bean candle that we get every spring. It's out right now in that white core collection packaging. Just is a combination of those two. So what that entails is kind of a watery cologne scent. You know, kind of you get that almost quintessential like sea spray kind of scent, and the salt definitely comes through, and it almost gives it that like really like airy feel, if that makes sense. So salt is not just like a fluff note, and here it really comes through, and it's mixed with a creamy, very soft, almost like icing scent that you get from vanilla bean. Very weird scent combination here, but I grabbed it because for $4, like I've obviously said with every candle here, why the heck not? So we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles down. Wow. And we're only at God knows how many minutes. So the next candle is one that I actually have a piece of tape on the label right now, and I'll get into that. But it is Lavender Vanilla from spring 2017, actually, in that frosted glass kind of 90s like throwback collection. So I have a piece of tape right here going over the label because I didn't notice. This was obviously a random find. You know, they weren't going to have any others of this scent. So there was actually a little bubble in the label, but I really wanted the candle still. So trying to like press down that bubble with a piece of tape. Who knows if it's going to work, but anyway. Here are the notes for Lavender Vanilla. This one came out in the core collection this past spring, so notes read, lavender blossom, creamy vanilla, white woods, and sugared musk. So, Lavender Vanilla isn't a scent that, like, appeals to me, like, a ton. Like, it's not something that I would really, like, go out of my way to purchase. I know I did buy the core collection packaging back there. I'm really thinking about exchanging it now that I have this one that I got for really cheap. It's just kind of, lavender isn't, like, my main jam, but I feel like once it's executed super well, I really like it. Like, that Lavender Sea, which is a repackage of Lavender Coconut, is really good. But, yeah. This one is just, I don't know, there's something I really just don't love about it. It's almost kind of like, I really hate the scent of baby wipes, guys. Like, baby wipes offend me. I don't know why, but, ugh, they make me want to vomit. And this is kind of what it reminds me of. That just soft, kind of, like, floral, creamy scent. So, not my fave. But I just couldn't resist because of the jar and that beautiful watercolor design. So, there's Lavender Vanilla right there. It's not that I'm gonna, like, hate the candle and just hate having it. But really got it for the packaging, not gonna lie. And just because it was there, I was like, why the heck not? The next candle is one that I've actually grown to, like, really like. And I remember detesting it when it first came out. And that is Winter Cedar right here. Here are the notes for this one. They are frosty white cedarwood, smoke suede, and wintry air. Now, this one came out in, why did I about say spring? It came out in the winter time of 2016, actually, which is a long time ago. Yeah. So, I remember that was, like, right when I first started my YouTube channel. I wasn't too good at, like, analyzing scents. I just kind of bought what I liked and didn't really think about it, and I don't know. I didn't make such a point of analyzing the notes and stuff like that. But I smelled this one and I was like, oh god, this smells like a hamster's cage. I remember posting on Instagram, I was like, ugh, winter cedar is awful. But now that I kind of pay attention to candles more and I have more of like a, almost like a more matured sense of, taste as far as like candles and stuff. Ugh. Oh my god, I love it. Like, I literally cannot get enough of this candle. I don't know if I'm just going crazy because it was 75% off and I'm clouded, but I really like it. It's just so nice. So, what I get from this one, like, the first sniff, my mind goes straight to the Star Anise candle. If you remember, that also went 75% off at the last semi-annual sale, the Christmas time frame. That was like, it was kind of like, I think Star Anise is an ingredient, like, used to make black licorice, and I always got like a minty kind of like herbal combination in that one, and that really carries through in winter cedar for me, but it's just kind of like a cleaned up version of Star Anise, what that was to me. So, you do get a tiny hint of like the powdery woods. And then like a weird, like almost like herbal mint comes in to give the blend a little bit of like freshness, and then in the background, it really has like a cologne, woodsy like base. So the woods are a little bit citrusy there, but it's almost like a sophisticated cologne scent is what I'm getting from it now. So yeah, I can't believe that I ever said anything bad about this scent because it's totally awesome, and I almost want another one of this candle. So yeah. And I know this one was compared a lot to Black Tea Rose. I think I even compared it to that. And it is indeed very close to that, you know, with the kind of powdery, soft woods base background. But I would say it's probably more similar to a Star Anise, actually. So that was crate number 1. So now I'm going to, like, break my back and, like, move this one. Okay. Second crate of candles. Here we go. I found a random beach cabana, actually. Really exciting there. This one is so pretty. I just love it. And it even had the original rose gold lid. So, great find there. Here are the notes on beach cabana. They are beachside jasmine, orange blossom, and warm white sands. Now, beach cabana is another scent that I'm kind of on the fence about, but just snatched it because, again, 75% off, why the heck not? And it's not like I'm going to get rid of it or anything. Actually, a side note here, I know people have posted on Instagram, I don't know why anyone would post this, but they're like, I got 1,075% off, like, power candles or whatever, and they're like, I'm just going to exchange them all. I feel like that is literally, like, so rude. I don't know why. Like, I'm guilty, guys. I've exchanged burnt candles before. I've, like, got store credit back for stuff that have been used, you know what I mean? Like, I take advantage of the 100% satisfaction guarantee policy. But seriously, I feel like it is just so, just rude to buy 75% off candles and blatantly exchange them. Anyway, there was my little tangent about that. I will not exchange any of the 75% off candles. Because A, that's embarrassing. I don't want the people that work at the stores I shop at to, like, talk about me, be like, oh god, here's the kid that came to, like, cheat the system. And B, I just, like I said, it's just rude. And it's kind of disrespectful to the company as a whole, and that's kind of, it makes them, like, want to go away with the 100% guarantee policy. Anyway, rant over about that. Beach Cabana. Read the notes already, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I remember reading them. So, this one is a very, very powdery, soft, like, laundry scent. You know, you kind of get the almost borderline grandma-like floral. You know, it's very powdery, kind of like, you get like that like puff of powder on your nose when you sniff it for the first time. And there is a little bit of that like tropical white floral in the background that mixes with that powdery floral. And just comes together really nice. I like this scent a lot, but like I said, next to other candles, obviously it's not my favorite, far from it, but there was Beach Cabana. Very happy that I found that. And another really happy find that I got is this candle here that had the little wraparound leaf design. And the scent is here on the top. It is chestnut and clove. So here is the notes for this one. This one was actually from fall 2016. So it was a great find. The notes are roasted chestnut, clove buds, pine, cedarwood, and velvety moss. Now, chestnut and clove is very similar in vein to the winter cedar and the autumn, you know, and even the fresh balsam, I feel like, because it's a very herbal, earthy scent, and it kind of captures like the freshness of a season. Does that make sense to anyone, or is it just me? There's right off the bat, there's like a more herbal cinnamon. I know in that spiced graham cracker from last Christmas, there's a cardamom note. I feel like that's a good description for this candle. It's like a very herbal cinnamon as opposed to like a bakery cinnamon or less like a straight up like hot cinnamon. So that comes through. And there is just a very familiar blend of like tree notes, kind of earthy, herbal. Use those words a million times in my videos, but that really comes through. You almost get that sap from the pine scent, and just comes together really nice. It's kind of like a, almost like, I feel like this could be marketed as like a conceptual scent. I actually think this was marketed more conceptually when it was new. I think it was like Autumn Night. No, it wasn't Autumn Night. It was Autumn Day. No. What the heck am I thinking of? Winter Night? Was that chestnut and clove? I don't know. If any of you know, you can let me know in the comments. But yeah, grab this one. It was a really good find. Like, you know, you can tell there's so many like green like balsam candles in the 75% off selection. So the ones that are different stick out like a sore thumb. Like I saw that the orange chestnut and clove, and I went straight for it because it was a great deal. So the next candle, speaking of pine balsam scents, we have mahogany balsam right here. I love this candle, guys. Literally so cute. I don't know why, but I totally have a thing for pine cones, like they're on the label. I have no idea, just call me the pine cone connoisseur, because I love pine cones. They make me so happy for some reason. Like, I stared at this candle for like 30 minutes last night, and I was like, this brings me like exorbitant amounts of happiness. So there's my weird obsession with pine cones, if you're wondering. Here are the notes for mahogany balsam. They are fresh green balsam, juniper berries, and rich mahogany. And here is the lid that came with that candle. So, as you may have been able to tell by the name, this one is basically a combination of the fresh balsam candle, like I showed you before, with the mahogany teakwood candle. So, smell these together, and you have mahogany balsam in one candle. So, let me put the lids back on those rib jar candles. I always like sniff the lids just to make sure I'm putting back on the right lid. Anyway, this is that quintessential, you know, adolescent kind of cologne scent mixed with the very herbal balsam kind of pine blend. And it just comes together so nice. I feel like the juniper berries note is kind of a little bit off, but I could almost see where there's that sweetness from like kind of like a tree sap feel kind of evoked there. So super good blend here. I know this one's actually ragged on a lot by the community, but I'm a big fan of mahogany balsam, especially at 75% off. Like I've said that like a good 30 times in this video. Anyway, another basic scent here, guys. Fresh balsam with a pine cone on it. Literally, just had to snatch it for the pine cone. It's just awesome. And there's that glitter on there. I tell you guys, pine cones, put them on candles and I'll buy all of them. Anyway, this is exactly the same scent as the fresh balsam I mentioned before. And already read that description on the first one, but if you want to read it again, there you go. This, as I mentioned before, is the very herbal, citrusy kind of pine scent that you almost get that a little bit of that sap from. So no need to go on a big tangent about that. There was fresh balsam number 2. And next I have the last 2 candles, and they are both from the Test Lab collection. Now, you might remember this collection from last spring. It was actually a White Barn exclusive, and also it went to Bath & Body Works outlet stores. But this is what the candles look like. They had that really, like, different kind of marketing direction. There's sriracha, black pepper kale. I have them over there. There's that lavender cacao or whatever. Blue geranium, sunset pear. There's more. There is a golden arugula, garden arugula. I don't know why I say golden. Arugula and verbena. What else? A whole slew. Like, there's a pimento wood. And then there was the whole, like, test scandal with exotic lychee and stuff. But anyway, there are a few stragglers that I wanted to snatch from this collection. So we have Sunny Fig right here. Notes are Sweet Sierra Fig, Bright Citrus, Aromatic Fern, and Blonde Woods. They printed the notes on the front on this collection. So, this one is just a little bit of a earthy approach to a fruit scent. So, like, I know this is weird, but I feel like this almost captures, like, the peel of a fruit. Like, a peel of, like, a... I don't know. I have no idea where I'm going with this, guys. But just that, kind of like that freshness comes through in here. So, it's the fruit scent that you kind of expect, you know, a little bit citrusy, but sweet at the same time. And there's a whole, like, herbal aspect to it as well. Kind of, like, a very wild fruit scent. Like, almost like, it's like fruit plus, like, conceptual, like, outdoorsy air. So, there's what I pick up from that one. And also, I got turmeric and tarragon. So, there are the notes on the bottom there. They are tarragon leaves, spiced leather, Palo Santo bark, and Indian turmeric. This one is a cologne scent, like you might expect from those very spicy sounding names, but yeah. Cologne, and it's definitely in the very sweet route. You know, the sweet, almost like drippy kind of citrus, if that makes sense to you guys. And, yeah. Just a very, very, very sweet cologne scent. You know, not harsh or woodsy or citrusy, kind of like you'd expect. Just sweet and nice. So that is what I get from turmeric and tarragon, and that was actually all of the candles that I got. And here, I'll just throw this in right here. What candle shall I model it on? Well, let's model it on winter cedar. I got a succulent, like, candle magnet because one of my transactions was at, like, 39 something, so I needed to get to the $40 stipulation for that coupon. And I got a candle magnet, so here it is. Winter Cedar is being our model for today. This magnet was actually 75% off, so it came out to 75 cents after the 10 off 40. So, there we go. Just had to grab that one as a little add-on, and I'm actually really happy because I had always looked at them throughout the season, but I was too cheap to pay like $3.95 or whatever for it. So, that was all the candles, and now I'm going to be moving into body care. So, let's start off with the returning scents for this semi-annual sale. I grabbed two, and they were on promo pricing. I think it was $3.95. Yeah. So, I grabbed Essential Amber. What this one smells like is, it's just like a very, like, fruity, like, almost like drippy perfume. If that makes sense. So, yes. This one is so good. I know it's very hard to describe. You almost get, like, the citrusy fruit, but a very, like, perfumey touch to it. So, yeah. Just so good. It almost reminds me of, like, a Chanel fragrance for some reason. And then another one I got was Wild Madagascar Vanilla. So, I'd actually never smelled this one before at all. Now, this one is a little bit more in the grainy-ish direction. Well, Essential Amber is kind of like older women's fragrance oriented, if that makes sense. So, Wild Madagascar Vanilla is in that same direction. But you do get that kind of like buttercream note, you know, very like intense vanilla. Basically like what you'd expect just hearing the name of that one. So those are the only two like returning scents that I grabbed. Then I got two 50% off sprays, which is a little bit desperate, kind of like that autumn candle I got, but they were just so good and I couldn't resist, so we got them anyway. And that is Peach and Honey Almond, or yeah, Peach and Honey Almond. And this one is almost kind of reminds me of that pistachio ice cream candle, which is a funny comparison, I know. But yeah, you really get almost like that amaretto, I feel like. You know, it kind of, it's like almond, but it comes off a little bit like cherry, or kind of like almond filling for a pastry or something. So just a nice sweet, perfumey almond scent right there. And then we have sweet magnolia and clementine. Hard to see it there. I feel like I'm a beauty guru. I have to like swatch it for you guys, or put my hand behind there so you can see the name. Sweet magnolia and clementine is really nice. It has a floral note mixed with a little bit of citrus, like you would expect. But the floral is really unlike anything I ever smelled. It has like, hard to describe. The floral is just very like exotic, if that makes sense. You know, it's not like your typical kind of sweet perfumey floral. It's almost like a more green floral. So there was that one. And speaking of florals, I got a wild honeysuckle. Again, we're going to have to do the swatch so you can see the name. So, wild honeysuckle. This one smells identical to the honeysuckle candle or the honeysuckle bouquet or whatever. So, you know, you get that very, like, it's almost like a spicy floral. I know that's kind of weird to say, but yeah. And there's almost like a citrusy sweetness in the background just because the nature of a honeysuckle, if you've ever smelled a honeysuckle plant at all, that is like dead on identical to it. So there was that. And also I got an almond and vanilla. This was actually a free item that I did on one of those transactions in there. Almond and vanilla. They must have brought this back. Did they? Yeah. This is a new pour of almond and vanilla. So almond and vanilla, kind of in similar vein to wild Madagascar vanilla. It's just... And also that peach and honey almond, they're actually very similar. This one is a little bit more earthy, I feel like, though. Like, you kind of get the more natural sweetness as opposed to, like, the artificial, like, very vanilla, like, buttercream-like note. So, there was almond and vanilla. Then I got a birch and argan. This was also 75% off. Very hard to see. I was, like, trying to swatch it, but I don't think that helped very much. Birch and argan. This one says birch, argan, vanilla, and rum. I was talking to someone on Facebook, actually, and she mentioned that this smells very similar to Marshmallow Fireside to her. And I could actually really agree. You know, you get that, like, very smoky kind of woods, but it is sweetened by that vanilla. So, really nice one there, you know. Honestly, at this price point, like I've said a million times, I was just snatching candles and body care, so... Next ones that I got were white and black. There was that... I can't remember when these came out. I feel like it was around the holiday time frame, but they did not sell well at all, so got these two. Let's start with black first. This one almost smells like just the birch note in general in birch and argan, but yeah, it's like a very manly, like, not even really like the quintessential cologne scent. It's almost just like kind of like the cedarwood note that you get in some candles really just comes through in this one. It's just a basic woodsy note. I mean, there's no sweetness, there's no citrus in here, just a very woodsy kind of lightly, it's actually pretty soft for a wood scent. But anyway, there was black, and I also got white. These, like, don't have notes on the back. They just say, like, dramatic words. Like, black says sophisticated, darling, chic, and this one says harmonious, ethereal, and sheer. So, not many notes to go off on these, but white. This one's really good. Let me spray it because can't get too accurate of a read just in the lid. Let's spray her again. She's kind of light. Oh god, this one's kind of unique. I feel like I do get the quintessential brighter perfume scent, but there's also... There's like a... almost like a fruit to it, or a very, like, nice sweetness. So, there's white there. And the last one that I grabbed is ginger and cardamom. This was in that, like, just the Essential Oils Body Care Collection. Does this one have notes? No. And the very tacky, like, woodsy design on the side literally looks like zebra print, but anyway. Now, this one's very unique, actually, so I'm going to give her a spray, too. Let's go on this arm, because I'm trying to alternate here. Wow. This is one hard one to describe. I feel like my nose is blind after smelling and describing all of these things, but you know, you do get almost like the spicy woods from the ginger, you know, and the cardamom kind of combination. And it is a little bit cinnamony. I feel like I referenced cardamom. I forget what candle, chestnut and clove. Yeah, it smelled cardamom-y to me. You almost get the cinnamon kind of fall spice in this one, and it's just a rather spicy scent, but like in a good way. So that was my entire semi-annual sale day 1 haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're still watching, I know it's literally probably going to be close to 40 minutes. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.